Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of For Honor Class Warfare. And today we've got two different classes, two different players, as always. On my left, or the left of the screen, we have EnderVex, our Kensei master. Ender, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, I think so as well, because your opponent on my right, clad in cherry blossoms and with a wicked smile on her mask, is no other than our Nobushi teacher, PowerSenpai. PowerSenpai, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for letting me be here.
Yeah, man, I mean, I've got my two teachers right here from Hero School. I mean, what better fight could there be? Especially since, both of you are playing the Samurai faction and such long-range classes. I think a lot of people out there are looking forward to seeing that. Now, just a very quick thing for people who might not have seen the Hero School videos. Enda, could you very quickly tell us what your experience with playing the Kensei is?
Yeah. I've been playing the Kensei since the September alpha, and I have been in 4 tests before release.
Nice, so a lot of experience with the Kensei there.
Yes.
Senpai, could you answer the same question for us with the Nobushi? How long have you been playing her in the game?
I played her since she first became available in tests.
Ah,
So,
the PC Tech
pretty
test,
much.
yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Nice, so also lots of experience with her right from the get-go. Now, what does that mean? That means we're gonna have 2 really cool duels to look forward to. So, let's jump right in.
Okay. This was like the first fights we had, so I was like testing out as well. What worked and what didn't.
Yeah, I bet. Against the Kensei, you don't face that often, right?
Yeah, and it was kind of confusing to me when I saw him faint as well there. Like, I didn't really understand if that was a light animation or a heavy animation, since it looks so similar.
Yeah.
And that right there, the kick into light attack,
Hmm.
he keeps parrying that into I think it's a top heavy, it looks like. What he could have done, though, is probably do a side heavy and do more damage for it. I probably shouldn't have done the light, though, at all. And instead gone just stood still, or gone for a different attack.
Yeah, that's a top light he did there. But,
I guess a top light. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could have definitely gotten a top heavy, since it's a light attack.
he probably wasn't that sure if it was a light or not. He just went with what he knew would get him damage. It was
Yeah.
you following up a parry with the zone attack there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Because he seemed to be very consistent in stopping my under attack, so I thought, an unexpected zone attack would be good damage.
Alright, well, first round goes to him.
Yeah. It was like really difficult to find my aggression on him as well. Like, his light attacks were pretty annoying. So it was difficult to really understand how I was going to engage on him. And even with my the side sweep heavy that I like doing, he kind of punished it with lights a lot, since he doesn't have good dodge ability.
Right, and you probably weren't really used to fighting someone with basically the same range as you, but quite quick attacks as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my hidden stance never worked either, because he fainted so much, which made it way too risky.
And you keep not getting away with those kicks at all, do you? Like, he really punishes those.
Yeah. But I wanted to still keep doing them in case he didn't manage to dodge them, and that would give me a good bleed. You
Alright.
see there, he punished my zone attack.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Second round goes to Ender.
Yeah. It was like around now I started to understand I was being way too aggressive against him. I stalked him too much.
Yeah.
I was trying to go on the offensive all the time, and he kept walking backwards.
Using his range against you when you're trying to use yours, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which
That was
basically,
a fainting game right there just now.
yeah. So what I should do more in those fights were to keep the fight more at a standstill rather than engaging too heavily. That's what I tried to keep in mind here.
There he caught you off guard with his
Yeah, I thought he
unblockable
was
fainted
doing the
into heavy,
unblockable.
yeah.
There he failed his parry. Otherwise, that would have been a
Yeah.
instant execute for him.
I think that is actually the first bleed you got in on him.
Yeah, probably.
It's definitely interesting to see that he's completely favoring light attacks against you, especially his tops.
Yeah. See, there again, he could have gotten a heavy on me instead and probably killed me.
Yeah, he keeps going for the top light attacks though, just to make sure that he's getting the hit in.
Yeah, that's also why I kept going for, you know, heavy attacks like that.
Yeah.
Since he didn't like get to punish me much, they
This
were
is-
kind of safe.
That just now was, I think, the 4th or 5th time that he parried that that light attack of yours after a kick.
Yeah. It's
He
like,
takes the duel, yeah.
yeah.
All right, Ender, once again against the Nobushi. So, what is your tactic fighting against her?
My tactic against the Nobushi is to keep it a maximum effective distance that limits her offense, but whereas I can also parry her light attacks. He gets me with the kick there. I parry the follow-up attack and retaliate. Kind of just judging the distance. I attempt to feint with a dash, but he catches the guard break.
This is scary here with you having no health at all, but you get the parry
Yeah.
in.
So that sequence right there, he feinted a zone attack to attempt to get me to parry. I feinted my parry and then parried his follow-up attack. So he tried to bait me, and I baited him back, and I won that exchange.
That is a lot of feinting. All right, that looked
Yeah.
very quick, but very cool at the same time.
So here, we're just... I'm trying to regain stamina. Circling each other, I go for a guard break. And he whiffs that guard break, misjudging the distance, and I am able to get the guard break, heavy attack, and I win the round. So each duel begins very much the same, with distance judging. Right there, I dodged the kick. I didn't follow up because I expected him to attack so I could bait the parry. I threw out a heavy attack there, seeing what he would do, and he parried it. So I saw that avenue go away. I missed the guard break there, and I got punished heavily. He got a heavy attack and a kick into a wall.
I see you always following up your parries against him with a top light. Is that does that have a specific reason?
Yes, it's always guaranteed. I know I will get the damage, and I'm not sure if I was not sure at the time if I could get heavies, so I just chose the top light route.
For the
And there, yeah, I backdash, he does dash heavy, and he gets me with that. Again, I'm trying to maintain a distance. So both times there, I frame trapped him. I attacked him in while he was attacking. I whiffed a light there, and he punished me greatly for that. When I threw out a heavy, I expected him to maybe miss a parry.
Now he punished
Me for that
yeah.
whiff. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Now what is that? Now what was that?
So right there, that was a special property unique to very few characters, Kensei in particular. He blocks while dashing. And I had my guard in the top. He attacked top, and I dashed forward, effectively blocking the attack. If I had timed it correctly, I could have gotten a guaranteed guard break. But I did not time it correctly. And that was also not intentional on my part.
Which is why you took the guard break later than the normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so when the Kensei has his block in a certain direction, when he dashes, he will block in the direction that his block is at that time, right?
Exactly.
Alright, okay, cool.
So he gets me with a dash heavy. I parry the second one. I go for a top light for the guaranteed damage.
But you missed that one, yeah.
Yeah, and that I missed that one, and that was essentially my death sentence.
Yeah,
I tried to go on the offensive to get him, but
yeah, you just bleed out, yeah.
Yeah. So here, I initiate first. I dodge the kick, and I parry the top light. I go for top light myself to get guaranteed damage. I use the lunge, insane lunge on that left light attack to get him there. And I tried to parry that dash attack, and I missed. I used Helm Splitter to close the gap and block his attack. I whiffed that guard break. He guard broke me, and I suffered a heavy for that, which is quite a bit of damage. Again, the lunge on that. I dodged the kick, parry the light attack, retaliate myself.
Parries, yeah. Oh, and a
And
nice feint, yeah.
Yeah, right there, I did a left heavy attack. I feinted that to bait his parry, went into a top light to close the round.
Take him out, and he was like trying to parry you, throwing his own heavy.
Yeah. In the last duel, I'm thinking of new strategies here. I'm trying to really exploit any patterns I've noticed, any weaknesses. He missed the parry there, and that's why that went through.
Oh, I see.
So I feinted a left heavy and went for a top light. He feinted his parry and blocked the top light.
I've noticed he's not doing any of those kicks anymore that you used to punish so much in
Yeah,
the first
he noticed that. He noticed that I was punishing them. I missed the guard break there, and that hurts a lot.
Didn't get bled though.
Nope.
Lots of zone attacks from him. Are those
Yeah.
scary coming from the Nobushi?
Yeah, they do quite a bit of damage, and they're decently fast.
Yeah, again, that was like the fourth one. Oh, now what did he do there? That didn't quite work out, but...
Yeah. So right there, I was charging up my 3-hit combo in an attempt to get him to attack me in the last hit, so I could use the uninterruptible status of the side heavy, go through his attack and hit him as well. But the recovery time on his light attack was short enough so that he could block that feinted attack, or the upcoming attack after the feint, and I did not win that trade.
Yeah, you got hit and he didn't. Right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice dodge there. To the guard break. Oh! Oh! Okay, stop it right there. We have to talk about that.
Okay, so I seldom use dash attacks because they're extremely dangerous. On a block, a Kensei's dash attack, like if you block it, you can get guard broken. But I took a chance here. While he was in the recovery animation of the attack, I dash attacked him, and I made use of a special move the Kensei has where on a right dash, he can flick his guard into the top and go into an animation similar to the unblockable attack, but faster. After that, I feinted it into a guard break. I did another heavy. I went with the unblockable. I feinted that into a side uninterruptible. Feinted that into a guard break, but I ran out of stamina.
Ah. So
and I was not able to get the killing blow.
Can you say again that last trick where you ran out of stamina? How many feints was that? So you feinted the unblockable into a side heavy,
which I then feinted into
which you feinted into a guard break.
Oh,
but you ran out of stamina there.
And I ran out of stamina, so I could not get the follow-up attack. He blocked it.
And then he does this and takes the duel, yeah.
And took the duel.
Nice. That was a really advanced trick. I'm sad that didn't pay off.
Yeah, no, something I could have done to make it work is instead of using heavies, when on the guard breaks, I could have used lights and conserved stamina until the very last guard break and possibly killed him.
Wow, now those were two really amazing duels to watch. Like, kudos to you two. Those were really, really, really cool to watch. And I didn't think, like, that it would go out in a 1-to-1. I mean, you took one Ender, and then PowerSenpai took one. That was really cool. Let's talk real quick, Ender. From your perspective, how do you think the two duels went for you? What was your problem, and like, what was maybe your positive of fighting Senpai's Nobushi?
So my positives were that I didn't really react to his feints very much. If I did, I was able to feint my own parries and not get baited. I have the ability to parry Nobushi's light attacks, which severely limited his offense. But unfortunately, the duels, both of us allowed very limited amounts of guard breaks. And as I mentioned in the Hero School for Kensei, guard breaks are his primary source of offense because they allow him to start his best mix-ups. And unfortunately, I just did not have the opportunity to do a lot of those. So those were my main positives and negatives.
All right, okay. Now, Senpai, same question to you. You know, those two duels, I mean, definitely close. Fighting Ender's Kensei. What were you saying? What didn't go all that well for you, but what did you manage to get in on him?
Well, like, I was surprised at how fast his feints were. Like, you don't see a lot of Kenseis in matchmaking. So it was definitely strange to go up against one. Get taken a lot by his feints, and it confused me. And like you said, I was really limited in my offense. And even when I did my heavy attacks, he could follow it up with a pretty decent damaging top light. So it was kind of an uphill battle like that, where I had to sort of learn his patterns.
They're on the fly, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a good learning experience.
All right, then let's go into, from your specific duels, let's go into the whole matchup. Kensei versus Nobushi. Probably a matchup that doesn't happen all that often in public matchmaking because, like PowerSenpai, for example, just said you don't actually see that many Kenseis. You do see quite a few Nobushis. Ender, real quick, the Kensei fighting against the Nobushi. What are your general thoughts about that matchup?
So the main crux of the matchup is the fact that Kensei normally outranges most characters, but the Nobushi is the exception. She has the ability to keep Kensei away, and normally Kensei excels at a mid to long range, but Nobushi can stay even outside of Kensei's maximum range and get attacks in. So a Kensei fighting against the Nobushi has to rely on getting in close, maybe more close than he would normally be, because the Nobushi's ability to retreat and keep putting out really high damaging light attacks and bleed could be a death sentence. So the Kensei has to stay really close.
And PowerSenpai, again, I will ask you the exact same question. What are your thoughts on the matchup Kensei versus Nobushi, or I guess Nobushi versus Kensei in your case?
Well, like he said, you know, we're both long-range classes, so I couldn't make use of my range the way I would like to. And since he has very good mix-ups with his feints, I couldn't make use of my parries like I usually do. Because a lot of my playstyle is parrying into guard break into top heavies. So it was kind of like a complete change of playstyle, so to speak. Severely, I would say it's kind of a standstill matchup where both kind of are at the disadvantage of their own strengths.
After playing against him real quick, any idea pop up in your head how to break that standstill for the Nobushi?
Definitely practicing more how to parry him. If I were to be able to do that more consistently, I think it would have been a more easier fight.
Against the Kensei in specific, you mean?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Ender, your thoughts breaking the standstill between Kensei and Nobushi?
Yeah, absolutely. So Kensei has a unique property where he blocks while dashing.
Right.
And this can be abused. If you dash into an attack while your guard is on that side, you will stagger the opponent and get a guaranteed guard break. This works extremely well against people that like to attack a lot, but PowerSenpai was extremely smart in the way he attacked, and the moment he saw me dashing, he usually feinted. I'm not sure if he knew about it, but I couldn't exactly make use of that dashing block stagger guard break. Otherwise, breaking the standstill, making sure you're close to the Nobushi at all times. If she gets away from you, your job becomes a lot harder.
So funny thing, the Kensei trying to get close to someone, even with all of his range.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's something you only hear about in For Honor Class Warfare. I would like to say, again, thank you very much, EnderVex as our Kensei Master, PowerSenpai as our Nobushi, well, I'll say Master, not Mistress, but thank you very much. But yeah, thanks to both of you, 2 amazing duels, 2 great viewpoints. So let's give it a cheer, and that was For Honor Class Warfare.